What if the villains of Squid Game were charged under US law? Let's see how justice would deal with them. The front man, orchestrating mass murder and psychological torture. In the US, he'd face multiple life sentences for over 400 deaths, plus 20 years for conspiracy. No escape for him. The VIPs, funding the games and betting on human lives. Their crimes? And abetting murder, illegal gambling, and human trafficking. They'd face life in prison, with millions in fines under the RICO Act. Jang Deok-soo, the gangster who killed without hesitation. With charges of second-degree murder and racketeering, he'd face over 100 years in prison. But would he survive even a month? And OIL Nam, the mastermind of it all. He'd face life in prison for mass murder, conspiracy, and fraud. His fortune, seized to repay victims. Justice wouldn't spare even him. So, do you think these punishments fit the crimes? Or is the real world harsher than Squid Game itself? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and follow more breakdowns. In Squid Game Season 2, Episode 5, Player 388 delivers a jaw-dropping twist you won't believe. Facing a high-stakes challenge, Player 388, known as Kong Dae-ho, makes an unthinkable move, betraying his closest ally to secure his own survival. But that's not all. Rumors suggest Dae-ho might be more than just a contestant. Could he be a secret VIP, manipulating the game from within? As tensions rise, Dae-ho reveals a hidden advantage that leaves both players and viewers stunned, altering the game's dynamics entirely. Is Player 388 a mastermind or merely desperate? What do you think of his actions? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and follow for more Squid Game insights. Think Squid Game was all CGI? Think again. The insane sets, deadly games, and brutal effects were mostly real, and what they pulled off will blow your mind. That terrifying glass bridge? No CGI. The actors actually walked on real glass panels, suspended 1.5 meters above the ground. The fear? 100% real. Remember Young Hee, the creepy doll from Red Light, Green Light? She's not CGI. That massive animatronic actually exists and still stands in South Korea today. And that brutal tug-of-war scene? No green screens. The actors pulled with full force, and the drop below was a real set, adding to the intensity. So next time you watch Squid Game, remember, most of the horror was real. Which scene surprised you the most? Drop a comment below. Choose one Squid Game challenge to play in your birthday. Red light, green light, ignore. Dalgona candy, leave a like. Glass bridge, hit subscribe. Marbles, comment a heart emoji. Tug of war, share this with your friends. And for this 5-stone challenge, do everything. Which Squid Game cosplay would you do at your friend's birthday? Guard cosplay, ignore. Frontman cosplay, leave a like. Player 456 cosplay, hit subscribe. Squid Game Lady Doll, comment a heart emoji. VIP cosplay, share this with your family. And for the winner cosplay, do everything. Choose one Squid Game guard to protect you every time. Circle guard, ignore. Square guard, leave a like. Triangle guard, hit subscribe. Front man, comment a heart emoji. VIP's guard, share this with your family. And for every guard in Squid Game, do everything. Which backpack would you take to your school? Squid Game backpack, leave a like. Roblox school bag, hit subscribe. BTS backpack, comment a heart emoji. Minecraft school bag, share this with your family. And for this giant backpack, do everything. Which soccer player would you add in Squid Game 3? Kylian Mbappe, leave a like. Lionel Messi, hit subscribe. Erling Haaland, comment a heart emoji. Cristiano Ronaldo, share this with your family. And for Neymar Jr., do everything. Which soccer player would you add in Squid Game 3? Kylian Mbappe, leave a like. Lionel Messi, hit subscribe. Erling Haaland, comment a heart emoji. Cristiano Ronaldo, share this with your family. And for Neymar Jr., do everything. Which soccer player would you add in Squid Game 3? Kylian Mbappe, leave a like. Lionel Messi, hit subscribe. Erling Haaland, comment a heart emoji. Cristiano Ronaldo, share this with your family. And for Neymar Jr., do everything. Quick, choose one player to save you from this creepy lady doll. Player 218, leave a like. Front man, hit subscribe. Secret player Ronaldo, comment a heart emoji. Player 456, Share this with your family. And for real legend Thanos, do everything. Which celebrity should play the main villain in Squid Game 3? Rihanna, leave a like. Billie Eilish, hit subscribe. Adele, comment a heart emoji. Katy Perry, share this with your family. And for Nicki Minaj, do everything.
What if I told you that the Squid Game contestants never had to play at all? Imagine stepping into a game where every move could mean life or death. The system is designed to break you, forcing you into impossible choices. But what if the players weren't just desperate survivors? What if they were inspired by Naomi King's powerful message of self-worth, resilience, and empowerment? Would they still betray each other? Would they crumble under pressure? Or would they turn the game on its head, challenging the very system that put them there? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see Squid Game in a completely different way. And trust me, you won't want to miss what happens when the contestants stop playing their game and start playing by their own rules. Imagine stepping into Squid Game, where every move could mean life or death. Fear grips the contestants, desperation clouds their judgment, and betrayal lurks around every corner. But what if, just what if, they were armed with something far more powerful? What if, instead of being driven by fear, they were fueled by Naomi King's message of resilience, self-worth, and unshakable belief in their own potential? Picture this. Rather than tearing each other down, contestants form alliances rooted in trust. Instead of letting panic consume them, they master their emotions, using strategy over chaos. They begin to see the game for what it truly is, not just a twisted survival contest, but a test of mindset, a battleground where the strongest weapon isn't violence, but resilience. But here's the real question. Could this shift in thinking actually help them win? Or would the game's brutal design crush even the most empowered minds? After all, in a world where the system thrives on fear and manipulation, can self-belief really be enough to outplay it? Now, imagine how mental resilience would reshape the way contestants approach each deadly challenge. Instead of panicking when the stakes skyrocket, they channel their fear into focus. Rather than crumbling under pressure, they develop a laser-sharp mindset, calm, strategic, and unbreakable. Naomi King's philosophy teaches that the mind is our greatest weapon, and in Squid Game, that truth becomes life or death. Think about the Glass Bridge Challenge. While others freeze in terror or make reckless leaps, a contestant trained in mental resilience wouldn't let fear dictate their actions. They'd steady their breathing, assess patterns, and make calculated moves. During the brutal tug-of-war, they wouldn't just rely on brute strength, but on strategy and trust in their team. Even in the most psychologically draining moments, when betrayal and doubt creep in, they would remind themselves, I am more than my circumstances. I am in control of my mind, not the other way around. But here's the real test. Can sheer mental resilience stand up against a game designed to break even the strongest wills? Or would the pressure eventually crack even the toughest minds? In a game where survival often means betraying those closest to you, could a contestant truly hold on to their morals? Naomi King's message of integrity and self-worth challenges the idea that desperation must lead to cruelty. Instead of seeing others as obstacles, contestants inspired by her philosophy would recognize that true strength lies in character, not just cunning. Imagine the Dalgona Candy Challenge, where players must carve out a delicate shape under the threat of death. A traditional Squid Game contestant might secretly sabotage others to increase their own odds. But someone driven by moral strength might take a different approach, helping others, sharing techniques, or even sacrificing their own advantage to save team. The most brutal test of morality comes in the marble game, where friends are pitted against each other in a cruel twist. But what if, instead of tricking and deceiving, a contestant embraced honesty? Would the game punish them for their integrity, or could their unwavering character inspire a ripple effect, proving that even in life's darkest moments, there's still room? But here's the ultimate dilemma. In a world that rewards selfishness, could morality really be a winning strategy? Or would the game's ruthless nature ultimately prove that integrity is a luxury no one can afford. For most Squid Game contestants, the game is their last hope, a desperate gamble to escape crushing debt and reclaim their lives. They enter believing they are powerless, victims of a system designed to keep them in trouble. But what if they saw things differently? What if, instead of seeing the game as their only way out, they realized they had the power to change their circumstances before they ever set foot in the arena? Naomi King's message of self-worth and empowerment teaches that no one is truly trapped. Circumstances may be difficult, but they don't define a person's destiny. Imagine a contestant who embraces this mindset, refusing to let fear control them. They wouldn't just fight to survive each round, they'd fight to rewrite their story. Instead of seeing themselves as pawns in a deadly game, they'd start thinking like players in their own lives, recognizing that every choice, every mindset shift, and every ounce of effort they put in could lead to something greater. Take Ji-I Han, for example. In the original series, he's a man beaten down by life, gambling away his chances of happiness. But with an empowered mindset, he might have seen another way, one that didn't require risking his life. Maybe he'd realize that the same resilience he showed in the games could be applied in the real world. Maybe he'd recognize that the system wants people to feel powerless, but that the greatest rebellion is proving wrong. But here's the real question. If contestants entered Squid Game already believing in their own power, would they have ever needed to play at all? Or is it only through the fire of extreme hardship that people discover just how strong they really are? The Squid Game isn't just a series of deadly challenges. It's a system designed to exploit the desperate, forcing them into a twisted game where the rich profit from their suffering. Most contestants accept it as their only option, believing they have no choice but to play by its ruthless rules. But what if they didn't? What if, instead of just trying to survive, they dare to challenge the very system that put them there? Naomi King's philosophy teaches that true power comes from questioning the narratives forced upon us. The contestants are led to believe they are powerless, that their only value is in how well they can fight to the death. But what if they refuse to accept that? What if they realized that the real game wasn't just about winning, but about dismantling the structure that put them in this position? Imagine a contestant who sees the bigger picture, who understands that the true enemy isn't the other players, but the unseen forces controlling the game. Instead of playing by the rules, they find ways to disrupt them, spreading knowledge, exposing weaknesses, uniting players in rebellion. The system thrives on division, fear, and manipulation. But what happens when the contestants stop seeing themselves as pawns and start acting as revolutionaries? But here's the ultimate question. Could they truly overthrow a system built on such deep corruption? Or is the Squid Game too powerful to be broken? Would their resistance spark a revolution? Or would the system crush them before they even had the chance? So what do you think? Could a mindset shift really help someone survive Squid Game? Or would the system always find a way to win? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because I need to hear your take on this. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because we're just getting started. Next time, we'll explore more on the Squid Game Season 3. And trust me, you won't want to miss it. See you in the next one.